I think you can see on that left-hand side, it just, I mean, for me, the issues there, one, the gap between your hands and your legs, massive.
Yes.
How far forward your shoulders are here now of your toes, just a long way of the golf ball. You're reaching out for that golf ball along. Now, potentially, you could argue that is maybe a little bit too close, but in reality, when you're tall and you're long-limbed, I think being a little bit closer just brings things a little bit nearer. You're not going to be, okay, you might argue your arc gets a little bit smaller, but not going to lose you any distance really, and your consistency, your drives are going to be more kind of in this sort of spread, as opposed to one may have gone there, but we had a couple over there. It's a big sort of variation in distance, okay?
This is to do with height, isn't it?
I think definitely, and this is why I think I can appreciate, obviously, being tall myself and so on. I think you realise then how far from the ball you have to be, and it's a very common tall person's fault. They just get a long way from the ball. And in actual fact, what you often find is the taller you get, the nearer the ball you actually stand, because you're more upright and more on top of it. Because you've got to try and create some space vertically rather than out there, because otherwise you'd have such a big gap between your hands and your legs, as you can see.
Head is a bit higher there.
Exactly,
Than it is there.
Exactly, a bit more on top of the ball there. I think technically your spine angle's probably better there. There's a bit of a drop there, possibly. So if the head was up a bit higher this way, it'd be even more so, you see. So if we can get yourself, when you're setting up here now, as you come back to this golf ball, if we look at your impact, it just looks like there's a big almighty reach for that goal. It looks like you're really trying to stretch out for that golf. This is the before, where we barely caught the golf ball right at the top end of the club there, and just the ball sort of dribbled down the range, and a big lunge and a reach to try and get yourself to find the golf ball that's way out in front of you there. We can be a bit more confident. For me, the takeaway now in the back, so really good, but nice stabilising of the backs from there, nice sort of good turn of the shoulders, staying in balance as you come back to the golf ball here now. Club now more under the shoulders here, coming back in, much more of a cleaner strike of the golf ball, as we can see, and a rotation, and there's a little bit of head rising there, but because we're a little bit nearer the golf ball, we've got a bit of movement now, we can get away with it. Nice strike, we can see the ball sailing down the range there nicely towards your target. And I say, your missed shots, if we sort of put a couple of lines here, kind of your fairway was sort of there, at least you're kind of finding the fairway. That's the thing. 7 out of your 10 drives really there would have been the fair. Exactly, because if you can put that club in your hand and you can knock it at least 150, and where's possible guarantee a fairway shot, or at least put this position where you've got another shot where you can make a full shot afterwards to the green. So you might be in the semi-rough, or you might be in some sort of somewhere off the side of the fairway, but you're not in the trees, you're not out of bounds, in water or bunker. Bunker's not the worst thing, but again, generally you're in a position where you can advance yourself down the fairway the next shot with a full swing again. So it's just the sequence I like. We're getting really, really good with that sequence now in terms of club down, gripping the club. Just make sure when we're doing that with all clubs that your arms are more on it. Before you would go through the sequence here now, we are. Just look how far from the body you are. There's a big gap there between your hands and your legs there. It's just too far. Just stand up a little bit taller to start with. So there's a lot less stress, because you'll probably feel a bit of tension in the back of the shoulder blades reaching that far. So just a little bit more on top of the golf ball gets you away from being that long way from the golf ball there, okay? Because the nearer we are, the more control we've got. We said about that compactness with the arms being connected with the body. I think put a driver in anyone's hand, it's like, wee, come on, give some strength. Yes, you hit one that may have gone a little bit further, but it was, a compensation to get that ball there. It took you 3 or 4 shots to hit that one, and then the 3 shots either side of it, 2 were probably lost balls, one with a top, and so on. Okay?
That's what happens a lot.
Exactly. And that's basically where your blobs come from.
Rarely
you're going to hit a perfect tee shot, a perfect second shot, and then 7 putt. It might happen one in a blue moon, but more often than not, blobs are going to come from destructive long shots.
Not getting there in
trees, out of bounds, miss hits, tops. Topping 5 shots in a row that go no more than 100 yards total, and then you go, hang on, I can't disagree now. And then knocking 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So
you are right.
Get it in a little more control, okay? I think I was chatting to a friend of mine the other week about this. I said, the better the golfer, the more important the nearer the target shots become. So the putting and the short game for the pros is the important thing. The higher the handicap, or the lesser the standard, shall we say, the more important the longer shots become, because
yeah.
their variation between good and bad is so great. Your great shot was
blow it before
awesome.
I mean, green.
Exactly. Your great shot when you were at this position on the left-hand side here went like 175 with a nice little draw, perfect. But your bad one was a lost ball or a top. Absolutely. And that's the biggest variation we get. Okay, so
I'm going to ask you a question.
Go for it.
And Tim told me I must ask you this question.
Okay. If I can answer it there on camera, so no lying.
And Robbie as
Here
well.
we go. Okay.
Which is, are my club's optimal length? Particularly, I'm thinking about my irons.
If you're looking to change, I would say you'd want to get them longer. They do the job. It's really up to yourself. I would say if you were going to get custom fit, they would be longer clubs you'd get.
So I can get below 28 handicap with the clubs I've got.
I would say so, yes.
Yeah.
But you would certainly make it harder for yourself doing that. That's the way to look at it. I mean, the way you could say, okay, my should we say my best 10k run when I was running regularly was like 37 minutes. Probably now we're like 45, 50 minutes. Could I get under 50 minutes wearing Wellington boots? If I ran a lot for the next 4 or 5 years, possibly, but it'd be harder, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
So the way to, if you're looking to invest, it's up to you. You wouldn't have to spend an arm and a leg to get another decent set of clubs that were a little bit longer. American Golf could custom fit you in. They'd see you walk and go, right, you need long clubs and standard straight away.
Do you use slightly longer?
My spec are an inch longer than standard and 3 degrees more upright at angle. So, possibly there could be some benefit or potential with that. I think.
Well, you did suggest hollow irons.
Cavity back irons, Cavity back irons certainly give you more.
Would be more forgiving.
I would say for you, go more down what they call the muscle back look. They're cavity back, but still quite a small head.
Right.
Because you like the look of those irons. If I gave you a cavity back in your hands, I said hit this one, you'd look down like an hobnail boot to you. It looks so big and chunky. You just think, I couldn't hit it. Yeah. So I think somewhere in between that and a cavity back, like a muscle back, they do. That would be probably more the way I would go.
Where would I go for second hand? Do they have them at the American Golf?
They sometimes do. They're a bit limited on stock now because they've been bought out, but there are second hand club options out there. Wait a second.